Today is Tuesday, June 23rd in Zone 6B, and it's been raining for the last couple of days. Well, it started yesterday, and we really needed it. It rained a lot. I wanted it to stop some because I was ready to come outside, but I dug this hole yesterday morning before the rain started for the tree and the holly bush, and it was dry as a bone, which I was surprised. So I was happy that it was raining. Just wish I would have got that tree in the ground before it started. Did another one over there, but wanted to do a quick tour of the garden. Hopefully I'm gonna make this quick. And first of all, I was over here looking around this circle, and I saw that something dug a big hole in here. Literally dug right behind my salvia and was doing who knows what down there. But since I last posted on June 7th, I believe, which was a long time ago, everything, I'm sure it's a big difference. So here are the tomatoes, and everything is growing so well. Everything is being trellised up, and they are really tall and looking good. And if you look over here at this San Marzano, we're getting some San Marzanos, a bunch of them. Birds are constantly sitting up there on that perch, and they're delivering. Right behind the tomatoes are directly right here are the watermelon. So these 6 here are watermelons, and this is zinnia right here at the end. But with these watermelon, this one actually just recently came out. That was the golden gold in the house. It was stunted, but now it's out here. Came out here a couple of days ago, and it's going pretty good. And these other ones, I got a couple of watermelon babies in here waiting to be, oh, I got another one right here that's been, I can tell, I'm gonna have to get that off of there, that has been pollinated. And then I come over here to this next one. This one here is a mini me, so that one will be ready not too long. Look how big that is. I got a watermelon baby already. So everything is doing really good back here. They're trellising up. This trellis that I made with a fence and stakes weaved through it. Over here on this side is the eggplant and the peppers. And you see we got a very long banana pepper here. We got some jalapenos. We got the mini peppers going on. And with the mini peppers, which is these down here, I actually planted out the other mini peppers that were in the house as seedlings. And here they are right here. Just the other day, they were very small in a cup, and now they're planted out on this raised bed, and it's already starting to produce fruit. So I'm going to see how these mini peppers do in that raised bed versus in these 5-gallon buckets. See the difference. Also over here are the tomatoes that were in the house. These were in the cup, and these were the seedlings, and these were planted out a couple of days ago. Literally, as soon as they got out here, they started going wild. I actually found this. Someone was throwing this tomato cage out, so I was on my way to work, and I said, hold up, jumped out, grabbed it. So score. Also back here that recently came out are the romaine lettuce. These actually just came out a couple of days ago, and they've been exploding ever since, growing really big. Well, at least every day. They're going to be over here in this area so they can kind of get shade from their cantaloupe sister who's growing wild. She has so many heads, leaf vines. What I'm going to do is get an extra trellis support, or make one out of that fence, almost like I made the other trellises. I do have still the spinach back here waiting to be planted. I hope to do that tomorrow. Also in here are the butter crunch lettuce, the new ones that were just in the house. So those are out here, and I planted them in this bed behind everything, so they too can kind of stay in the shade. Okay. Speaking about butter crunch, here are these butter crunch. See, it rained. Every time it rains, the mushrooms come out in full force. But here are these other 2 butter crunch, and those are doing pretty good over here in this bed, hiding behind all of its tomato sisters. And here is another mini pepper over here. I had to move this one away actually because I had something going on with it. Not sure what. Over here in this bed, I have the baby squash. So that's coming up. That's a yellow squash. Here are the dwarf tomatoes, which are actually the same, and that was the one that was in the house in the cup. I have no more seedlings in the house, and that's the same as these. These are its sisters to these two, and I love these. I hope I can eat this. Oh, I can right now. So those are all brand new. Well, not all, but all the seedlings are out. I've planted all of the seedlings out. So you see the cantaloupe from the front. The leaves are getting pretty big and it's getting pretty tall. Tomorrow I'm going to drape that one over, but I am going to make an additional arch trellis, and there's actually two over here. An ambrosia cantaloupe and a regular cantaloupe. That's a couple of sunflowers in here and other pretty stuff. And then right across are the cucumbers. So the cucumbers, let me come over here. They're really grown and they need some additional support. So I was going to take this fence here and make it kind of an arch. And instead, I think I'm going to go get some cattle panel and arch it out. But you can see I'm getting cucumbers. So last year I only grew a couple of vines for each cucumber, simply because I was growing in 5-gallon buckets. Everything grew in 5-gallon buckets last year. So I only grew a couple of vines of watermelon, cucumber, everything. This year I'm going to let as many vines grow as I have trellis support for. And then the marigold. So everything's doing pretty good.